What is going on, everybody? We're here. We're live for Geeks and Gamers Daily. And I don't know if YouTube's actually kicked in, but whatever. We'll just keep talking because sometimes that happens.
That is true. YouTube sucks. Let's start off the stream strong. YouTube, I hate you. Don't ban us, please.
Fuck YouTube. See, Jeremy's not here today, so instead of fuck Rumble, it's fuck YouTube. But yes, we're here. We're ready to go. We heard your complaints. We understand you needed somebody on here that plays more than just Fortnite and Black Ops 6. So we brought in somebody else. Jeremy, get the fuck out of here. Vera Dark is here today. What's up, Vera?
Not much. Hanging out. Ready to play Path of Exile 2 and Marvel's Rival.
And not Indiana Jones and the Great Circle?
I'll be playing that next week on release. Yep. Lucky me. I love video games.
It is true. You play a lot of fucking video games.
I do.
Than I play at this point in time.
I've played hundreds on my channel.
How many of those are great experiences? How many of those are absolute dog shit modern gaming experiences?
To be honest, I'd say it's probably evenly split because when we go through a rough patch and it's like Veilguards and Concords, I go to my backlog and I play games from like a decade ago. Like I played Bully not that long ago to try to wash out the bad taste of these modern audience games. So I play a lot of good ones, surprisingly.
What about Titanfall 2? Do you ever play that with the 15 other people?
I love Titanfall. Shut up. Titanfall's fucking great.
You can't.
I wish they'd make another Titanfall game and not Apex. I like Apex, don't get me wrong, but it's just not Titanfall.
The real reason Jeremy doesn't play Titanfall 2 anymore is because either it doesn't like work anymore, or because there's only 15 people that are still playing it and they're just all insanely autistically good at the game and you have to play with them all the time and they wreck you.
That is true. I'm not gonna deny that.
That's just the reality.
Yeah,
that's like
it is.
When you're like, man, I haven't played Battlefront 2 in so long, like the new Battlefront 2, the bullshit one, but it's got the heroes and villains stuff.
Oh yeah.
You go in there, you're like, I can't wait, I'm Darth Maul, and everybody else is so fucking good.
And they're min-maxing their stats and their abilities, and it's like, how am I supposed to compete with these losers?
Yeah, and then Darth Maul gets immediately wrecked. Like he walks, my Darth Maul walks 5 feet and dies. It's like, well, this is so fun. I can't believe I ever uninstalled this game. Wow.
Yeah, it's just not a good game.
We figured this was the appropriate time to have you on because you're having a lover's spat, lover's quarrel with David Jaffe online. It's hard to believe that this is the same guy who made Twisted Metal and God of War.
It really is hard to believe because you'd think that he'd have a little bit more self-respect, but he really doesn't. And the worst part of this whole entire situation to me truly is genuinely is that this is all over Veilguard. Like he couldn't defend a better game. It had to be that.
That's what I thought was so funny because this is all a way to excuse the failure of Dragon Age the Veilguard. That's what this started off with when he was blaming YouTube. He was blaming YouTube grifters because obviously gamers, they're just so dumb. They're just so retarded that a handful of YouTubers, most of them not even with giant channels or anything like that, a handful of YouTubers with pretty moderately sized channels, they were able to cause the failure of this game from this multi-billion-dollar corporation. That's that's what the argument started as.
Right.
And then obviously very quickly imploded.
It's funny because he blames YouTube grifters for killing the game when he has a channel. He could have defended it tooth and nail. So could have all the other YouTubers that he would generally agree with. They didn't show up to defend the game. It's not our fault that they didn't defend the game. They could have. They could have went on a crusade for it, but they didn't. It's just that, he needs a villain all the time. All these people always need a villain, and we just happen to be them because we have opinions on a trash game. It's not our fault the game died. They just should have made a better fucking game.
Yeah, like I think that a lot of times there's this misconception that, oh, wow, everyone is convincing these people not to buy it. They've brainwashed them. They've told them to hate it. When the reality is, if there's a show that is getting a ton of really positive attention out there and you make a video, and whether it's your genuine opinion or not, you make a video absolutely trashing it, you're going to get a bunch of backlash. right? You're going to get a bunch of backlash from people because overall, that's not how in general people might feel about something. In the same way, if in general gamers have looked at this, they looked at the trailer, they've seen some of the people that are involved in this, they've seen a lot of the cringe bullshit clips out there doing the barf, all of this stuff.
Oh, God.
And they're turned off by the game. So they want to find other people who feel the same way that they do.
Yeah,
They think it's the other way around. They think that we're programming people, and that
Right.
cannot be further from the case. At least for me. Maybe you have some sort of sway over your audience and can brainwash them there because you are a woman after all.
Right, and my gender's the only
you have
reason.
a channel.
Yep, exactly. It's only my gender. It's so hilarious to me that he really and genuinely believes that people are going to be swayed if a content creator says to buy something or not to buy something. And sure, sometimes that happens. I'm not saying it doesn't all the time, but I never tell people to buy or to boycott. I'm simply trying to highlight situations and also like games. That's why I stream games on my channel so that people can judge it before they buy it. Not every game deserves to be bought at $70. Most games now don't, but they just want you to shut up and consume product and then go to the next product, which is ridiculous. And he's triggered, like many people in the gaming industry, that content creators are not just letting them sit around and say whatever they want in interviews about gamers. We see so much gamer hate nowadays, and because, like, I'm calling it out, people like David Jaffe are so butthurt over it, and it just makes him look so pathetic.
It really does, because again, like part of this is not just I saw a lot of people saying some old progressive boomers complaining about Veridark and Hypnotic and Asmongold. It's like, well, it's not just a random old fucking woke boomer.
Right.
It's the guy who at one point in time was viewed like, wow, he's been involved in some fucking legendary games. That is awesome. David Jaffe's so cool. But then he really got out of making games and started to turn more into a commentator and just cannot help himself when it comes to this shit. He's had a channel for a very long time and he's sitting there at 55,000 subs and shrinking, and not to shit on his channel, not to say, oh, what a tiny channel, whatever, but it's just the reality. And he's upset. I think he's upset that normal people have more influence, or bigger channels than him, who has all of this experience. The difference is he's completely out of touch with the audience, whereas a lot of other people that have channels out there that are speaking aren't.
And it's like, you think that he would be able to have a larger audience because he was one of the creatives behind, again, these established franchises like Twisted Metal and God of War. And back actually in 2013, he started his own studio, and then they released a game in 2017, which was the last game that he created. But that studio got shut down right after that release because they couldn't raise money. And now he's, of course, attacking content creators because it's clear he needs money. Like just a few days ago, he said, oh, he only caused drama because he wanted his channel to grow, yet he lost subscribers. Like, I don't know in what world you think that that's growing your channel. Like, sure, you quadrupled your views for a couple of days, but now he's getting only a couple thousand views on his videos, and he didn't grow at all, so I don't know what his plan was, except to look like a fucking idiot.
Bro, my favorite is when he puts out that tweet that he's like, oh, I definitely did this to get attention and grow the channel. It's like, well, you've lost subscribers.
Right.
And he's claiming that out of about, what would you say? Out of every 20 hate comments that come
I'll
in,
get 2 to 3 subscribers.
Yeah, 2 or 3 of them become fans and they subscribe to my channel. It's like, if that were the case, you should have grown by about 1,000 subscribers based on all the fucking comments he has.
Right.
Including on this video where he misspelled your name.
Yeah, intentionally so that I wouldn't pop up in the search. Like, at least do this properly, and that's learn the name of the person that you're talking about so that you can at least get their viewers, again, to come and hate watch if that was really his plan. But I don't think that that was his plan. I think he's just coping at this point.
And we can listen to the part that got so much attention here when he was raging at your response to his dumb video that got completely and totally annihilated.
Grifter is that? A grifter is somebody who makes money off people by lying to them. That's what they do. A grifter is not someone who sits in front of a camera and talks about video games, Fair Dark. You just don't know how to do this. You don't know how to do this. You are in that chair, Vera, because of your hair and your face and your gender. And that's fine, by the way. There's no problem with that. I don't deny anyone making money and building an audience off, the things that they've got.
Now,
bald,
old, bald, woke, fat David Jaffe. Now, we need an honest answer from you.
Yeah.
Does it make you feel good? Is it a big confidence boost to know that David Jaffe is just so into you, that he really thinks you're hot, and that's the reason he pays attention to your channel?
Okay, so this really all started because a couple of months ago, when the Trump assassination attempt happened, there were people in the industry like David who were saying that it was fake, that it was a hoax, or he believed it was a hoax. And same with like Alyssa Mercante, she was doing like the stormtrooper meme. And I had called him out for that. I had said it's just like disgusting behavior in general, and he had made a video back then trying to roast me again with that stupid book he always brings up, and
the Kennedy, or not the Kennedy, the Vince McMahon one, yeah?
Yep, the one that he apparently knows the author, so I bet he got a chunk of change for promoting it. But he had said back then, oh, he thought my hair was beautiful, and he said, is that natural? So it just goes to show you his level of intelligence.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I feel like I now have a lot in common with David Jaffe. I've always said that there's so many female content creators on the internet that are fucking useless and worthless and are only relevant because of how attractive they are. So I'm glad that David Jaffe agrees with me on like that simple point. But I don't think this whole tact worked out very well coming after you.
The worst part, besides it being about Veilguard, truly is that I don't want to sit here and just insult the guy, right? If he had actually taken my videos and went like point by point and was dissecting what I was saying and proving me wrong, I'd have a lot more respect for him, because he preaches about how intelligent he is and how stupid everyone else around him is, then prove that you're that smart and dissect my videos and bring up talking points. But he doesn't do that. And when the spat kind of started happening, he came into one of my gaming live streams, completely derailed it, was donating, and was saying, you should have me on your channel. You should bring me on. I know that your channel is bigger, and, I would never want to insert myself into this situation, but I'd love to come on the channel. Why is it that you came into my stream, you derailed it, but also, why am I going to sit with you and have a conversation when you aren't doing that? You're just diluting all of my work and ultimately my success to my gender. So what were we going to talk about? I don't know. I had said during the stream, oh yeah, sure, like I'll message you because we could at least talk behind the scenes, but he doesn't follow me and his DMs aren't open. So he clearly wanted me to take to social media and make a post begging him to follow me. Like, David, follow me. No.
DM you and get you on my show.
Right.
Yeah. Fucking cringe, but it's funny. It has been funny to laugh at over the past couple days, and
no one's defending him. Like, he really thought he was gonna have this big win and lots of people were gonna follow. Nobody in the industry's sharing it. Why? I thought you guys were supposed to be a community and sticking together. I thought you wanted to own the YouTube grifters. What happened to that?
Yeah, because if I mean, I very openly just said it. I'll continue to say it about, like, there are female content creators out there. There's male content creators I don't respect because I don't think they know anything either, right? But if I had said something like that about,
oh my God,
could you imagine the way that the gaming industry would react?
Yeah.
But he just said that exact same thing, so they can't sit there and defend him.
Yep,
exactly. And he's just trying to steer him away from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally
unfortunately,
agree.
his goal of I'm just pretending to be retarded to grow my channel, that's not working out very well either.
No, it's not.
But let's get to some of these super chats. Udite becomes a member. Thank you, Udite. KJX for $20. Bring Jin Sakai back.
I love Ghost of Tsushima, and I really want Ghost of Yotei to be good, and we don't know enough about it yet to know if it's going to be great or not. I have a little bit of faith in Sucker Punch, but at the same time, they're not the Sucker Punch that created the first game, so I hope it's good. Who knows?
I hope it's good too. And obviously, whenever there's warning signs, everyone should be paying attention.
Oh yeah,
We're going to
100%.
talk about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle later. You just have to understand there's warning signs. Voice actress, extremely woke, whatever. There's a lot of games out there that have insane voice actors and voice actresses. Because most
100%.
voice actors and voice actresses are fucking nuts.
Yeah.
But we'll see if it has any effect on it, and we'll see if that's if there's a reason for that. There's a reason they do something like that.
Right. I obviously want it to be good, and I say this all the time. Everyone's going to have their own opinions, and if you can leave your personal politics at the door when going to work, that's really what matters. If you can not inject your personal beliefs into this character, then that's great. I want everybody to have a job, but there are a lot of crazy VAs out there.
I don't feel like everyone deserves a job.
Yeah.
Taker for 2. It's the forehead and the redhead. That's right. That's the one thing. At least I don't get called a ginger when I'm on a stream with Vera, because my hair doesn't look. They try to claim that I'm a redhead. I'm not.
You're not.
Maybe if I'm out in the sun a lot, there could be flecks of maybe auburn, but that's about it. I'm not.
What are you creating a character over there? Flecks of auburn in my beautiful hair.
I tried to do the Dragon Age. They had released the create a character for free to get people desperately involved to play. So yeah, that's
it was so bad. It's not even a good character creator. Yeah, they really were sitting there boasting about how in-depth it is. Yet you can't look like a woman.
Yeah, you can't have more than like an A+ or a B- cup. You can't have an ass that looks like anything. If you're trying to create an actual feminine looking character. And it's like, if that is your bragging, you can create any character you want. You can have them look as fucked up as you want. You can give them that weird disease where like black people's skin starts becoming white or whatever that is.
Oh, vitiligo.
Yeah, vitiligo, whatever that is. So all of this shit.
Yeah.
But we're going to extremely limit the actual body proportions.
Yep. If you can create whatever character you want, I should be able to look like Eve in the game. I should be able to look like 2B in the game. I should be able to look like Lara Croft in the game, but that's not the way that it ever goes.
Yeah, and then you can cut your tits off and get top surgery scars, but as long as they can't be huge though. They can't be big boobs.
No.
Because that would just be offensive.
Exactly.
Shadow saying has Vera done a collab with Savvy? I feel like both their autisms combined make for some good content.
I have not. Maybe one day.
Yeah, that's what everybody wants. A bunch of women talking on stream.
Yeah.
Paper Liger for 5. The Gingers are coming back and taking over.
True.
I hope that's the case with the Harry Potter show. We'll see. We'll talk about that a little later. Keenan Endanu. I recommend the movie called Thrashin', starring Josh Brolin, if you like skateboard movies. You a fan of skateboard movies?
I don't watch a lot of them, so I can't say that I am.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen enough to call myself a fan of skateboard movies, but thank you for the recommendation, Keenan. David Smart, hey peeps, hail the fellowship. I hope you had a good weekend. I'm going to go watch the movie Werewolves today with Frank Gorillo. For anyone on the panel, or is anyone on the panel see this? Werewolves?
I think Frank Grillo's a great actor.
I've never seen Werewolves, I don't think.
I haven't either, but I would watch it because he's great.
Objectively a cat. The definitive event in David Jaffe's recent life is getting devoured by his own for queer baiting. He's scared shitless or witless of repeating this experience.
Yeah.
Tobias. Hey, Vera, spelled like David Jaffe.
Aw, boo.
President so you'll have to forgive him or not. What about extraction games like Hunt Showdown or Forever Winter? The games engaging in firefights more tactical and risk losing your character and equipment. Feel less woke.
Yeah, I like those games.
Go. He's been begging us to play those games. So
Hunt Showdown's really good.
David Smart Ryan. So far, I've been on a happy streak. I'm getting my PS5 finally, and I'm buying a laptop so I could finally start my YouTube channel. Congratulations, David Smart. That's awesome. Well, I'm more excited about the laptop than the PS5, I suppose. But yeah, it's awesome to start a channel.
Yeah,
Everybody
I
starts
hate
somewhere.
PlayStation 5s, especially that Pro sitting back there. Fucking hate PlayStation.
You got the PS5 Pro?
Yeah, I did because I'm gay and
Yeah,
ugly and lame. I'm a loser.
That's very homosexual.
Well,
I
you
saw
know,
the
when
one I got the day after launch because I was
Yeah.
lucky enough to refresh on Walmart's thing. I got one
Ugh.
from Walmart like the day of launch, which was
Well,
wild.
I got it because I stream so many games, so I might as well have the latest item. It's just coping. I wasted $800 on that in the drive. I
At
do
least you
hate myself,
committed.
in fact, chat.
There you go. Asmund Bald said it best. People generally pursue content if they already agree with YouTube videos, rarely, if ever, influence opinions. That's how most people watch YouTube.
Yeah.
Right? 90% of the content you watch, you don't sit there and watch stuff that you kind of like vehemently disagree with for the most part.
Yeah.
For the most part, you're watching stuff that already kind of aligns with the things that you think. And
maybe David Jaffe has something to tell us because he's clearly watched all of our videos. So it's kind of weird.
He wasn't convinced by us.
Right.
He wasn't brainwashed by us. Like, we told everybody not to buy Dragon Age.
Right, exactly.
Ministry of Wrong Thing. How ironic. The redhead can show more soul than Jaffe, the gaff master. Hey, Vera.
Hi.
It's true. Do you feel since it's, since this is your hair, the way you present it, do you feel like you have a soul or no?
I really don't, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I identify with the redheads.
That's the most ginger thing about me, I feel.
Yeah.
Is that I, in all likelihood, don't have a soul.
Well, apparently no YouTube grifters have souls, so.
Now, Dementors, like, they walk right by me. They don't even fucking notice me.
Exactly.
So, I feel like that's why they were so interested in Harry, because they were like, who the fuck is this guy with 2 souls in him right now? Hypnotic is here. He got felted, shaved his beard, and went into witness protection.
He did. It's like he really thought that was going to make people like him more because he looks more put together now. I think it's just because he has gotten so wrecked over the past couple of days with these thumbnails that people have made with him looking like an absolute loser. Let's just put it lightly.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, all I did when I made the video, I'm like, David Jaffe mad, David Jaffe angry, or I'd see if images can come up, and all of them are like him fully bearded, fucking bald, just screaming.
Yeah, that's him.
John Thomas, does Vera, spelled wrong, have an evil twin named Vera Light?
I do, yep, that's it.
Do you know her channel?
No, I don't.
No. Disappointed. Jackson loves Nintendo for $1.99. The old woke boomer guys gives me Review Tech USA vibes.
I'd agree.
Yeah, old, bald, white, fat, woke. Man, makes sense. Yasuke Sake for $5. Vera, should I play the new Indiana Jones? I'll do what you say because you're an attractive woman person.
Don't buy it. If you can play it through Game Pass, sure. It's the best advice I have. It's not worth a 70. I can already tell, judging by all of the teasers and trailers we've seen. But who knows? Maybe it'll be amazing. I don't know. What do I know? I don't play video games. I'm just a girl.
It is about to be released. Like right now, it's in early access.
Yeah.
And honestly, the people I know that have played it, not like critics or whatever. Critics seem to be okay with it. They actually pretty like it. But whatever, they're fucking critics. The couple people I've seen that have had early access, they're enjoying it so far. It's crazy. We talked about this before. When it comes to Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, the reason that people started thinking, oh, this could be a fucking woke pile of shit, was 5 seconds of clip from something they released almost a year ago. And we can show it right here. Everyone's seen it before. It's when somebody stands up there that looks like a freak with a gay pride shirt on, and they said this.
Every man, he's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience.
That's all it took, right? For people to be like, all right, what the fuck is up with this game now? And for me, when I look at it, there were things about the trailer that I loved. I feel like it does feel like an Indiana Jones movie. Like that's the vibe they're trying to give you, is that you're going on an Indiana Jones adventure like a movie. Things that have kind of turned me off about it have been more gameplay related than anything else. I don't like the idea of a first-person Indiana Jones game.
Yeah, that was a very bizarre choice. Unless they had given you the opportunity to switch between first and third, that would have been okay. Otherwise, I don't know why they'd choose first person. I think that generally everybody agrees that that was a bad decision on their part.
Yeah. And, right now we can refresh this and see what it's at. Obviously, right now it's just early access. So right now on Steam, you got just under 4,000 people playing it. Those are the people that paid like over $100 for the game for early access. Who knows what it's like on other platforms. But you did send me this morning. It lets you, Indiana Jones The Great Circle lets you relive the iconic opening from Raiders of the Lost Ark. I did not know this was going to be part of the fucking game.
Yes.
And hopefully John Williams won't fucking claim us, but we'll see. Bro, look at
And then going to first person is so insane. It just feels so wrong.
Yeah, it feels so weird, especially the way he's holding.
Yeah,
He's holding the idol in front of him.
it's so bizarre.
Just imagine Harrison Ford running like just with it straight up.
Right.
It's so strange.
Right. Just watch the movie at this point.
Yeah. And obviously this isn't the whole movie, or the whole game is not just, hey, this
Well, right,
recreated.
no.
This game is supposed to take place between Raiders and The Last Crusade.
Yes.
So the game takes place in like 1937-ish.
Give me the whip!
Adios, senor.
The most difficult part of this situation for me is that the movie is, of course, going to look better because they're real human beings, but the faces in the game look so soulless. They look so hollow and empty. There's really no emotion. So it's hard to do a one-to-one segment like this simply because the movie's always going to look better because they're real people.
Yeah. And to be honest, if we didn't have this side by side, if I just walked in and played through it, I might have a different feeling of it.
Well, right.
Than because we are literally getting the comparison.
Yeah.
Especially at the end here. Like, look at the difference. And maybe
It's
that's
just
just they didn't want
bad.
too much blood or whatever, but yeah.
Adios, Sabito.
Whew.
But it is out, and I have heard some good things about it from some people that are playing early access.
Yeah.
And obviously people are worried, hey, there's a female companion. Is it going to be a girl boss situation? We'll see. Indiana Jones has had plenty of female companions. Some of them are competent. He even gets saved by some of them sometimes, but obviously he is the one who is in control. He is the one that is going to do the majority of the saving and shit like that.
Well, in the promotional material we had gotten, because a couple of months ago at Summer Games Fest and during those events, we saw, I believe it was a 10 or 15 minute gameplay trailer or teaser, and they showed this segment where I personally was not impressed because, yes, Indy gets saved by his female companion, which might happen and that might be fine. But the way that she acted afterward, she was like, oh, can't you keep up? It just does not, that's not what you want to show if that's not how your character is going to act 90% of the time. And it just does not come across well. And I want this game to be good. I love Indiana Jones. I want them to make an amazing experience, and maybe this will be fantastic. I'll be streaming it next week. But from the material that they decided to promote, it's like they thought that was going to resonate with players, and it really didn't.
Yeah, it hasn't. There's a lot of people that are very worried about the game. So we'll see. Some people are a couple hours in. They say they're liking it so far.
Yeah.
But that can always change depending on how far you get into the game. But Vera will be playing it next week on her channel. If you guys want to go check it out.
There was no way that I was going to pay the $100 for the early access. Some games I will, not this one. Apparently, it's only 12 to 14 hours, which is not worth $100.
Yeah, especially after you blew your load on an $800 PS5 Pro.
Hey, listen, it's for the channel, okay? It's important.
Your other PS5 just stopped working or something?
No, it works.
Can you tell a difference?
I haven't hooked it up yet. I've had it sitting there 2 weeks. Haven't hooked it
Oh,
up yet.
what a fucking very important investment. Jesus. Might as well stick it in the closet with all your shoes you haven't worn yet.
To be fair, over the past 2 weeks I've been playing PlayStation games, so I didn't want to just switch consoles in the middle of playing a game.
And lose all your Black Myth Wukong progress?
In theory, I shouldn't, but, you know, always have to prepare for the worst. Technology hates me.
Well, that's right. You get like a little bit of an excuse because you're a woman. You're
I'm
not
a woman,
as
and
everyone
that's
else.
yeah.
You can't figure
I'm
out
not.
technology as quickly. Makes sense.
Yeah. It's not sexist though, guys. He's allowed to say that because it's just about one woman.
Yeah, well, I'm actually speaking about all women in general. So that's how I'm phrasing it. Maybe we need to clear that up between you and me, David Jaffe. Figure out what exactly is sexism. I'm the leading expert, so I feel like we could have a good conversation.
Fair.
Tobias Nexus for 10. Why is it a trend that people who claim to be oh so smart spout the stupidest things? Partly why I'm happy to just be a dumb fucking furry degenerate, in Ryan's words, but like to learn about stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, Tobias. Just depends. The truth is, most people are just dumb, right? So, like, on average, most people are just fucking dumb. So, you got people that are out there, you know, claiming this or claiming that about somebody when they can't have any other argument with them. It's usually not the case.
Yeah.
Ryan's pet turtle. Vera smart. Ryan smart. Turtle smart. Yay. I fucking hate this turtle from the Snow White trailer. Have you seen it? Look how dumb it looks.
Why? Why do you hate it so much?
I don't know.
It's like it's personal. Did it cuss you out over Black Ops 6?
No.
Like, did he beat you at a 1v1? Why are you so mad?
There's just something that's really fucking annoying about it. Let me see if I can. That's in the Snow White trailer.
It's just a turtle.
Yeah, but the dumb look it has on its face pisses me off.
It's supposed to be cute.
Looks like Mitch McConnell. That's not cute. Doesn't it?
I didn't see it that way, so if you can keep your opinions to yourself so you don't ruin any other fictional animals for me, that would be great.
Too late. Look at this stupid thing.
I don't know. I don't know why you're so bothered by it.
It's just annoying. Like I don't like the way these fucking animals look to begin with, but then this
because
stupid
they're
smile.
Fake. It's so dumb.
This forest was a magical place.
It's a live action, but 95% of it's CGI.
Fuck this turtle, bro, or tortoise, whatever it is. I don't really care if I misgender him or her, whatever. There's something that bugs me about it. It looks like Mitch McConnell. I'm telling you. Mitch McConnell.
I don't know. I don't see a problem with it. It's just a turtle.
But this is why entertainment's so shit, Vera, because people don't call this stuff out.
Right, exactly. You're going to. You're the light in the darkness. You will do what the average man will not.
Look at, oh my God, hold on.
Oh no.
Look at this motherfucker. Look at this picture. And tell me it doesn't look like this motherfucker.
I'm not disagreeing. I don't know why you had to share that with the class, so now that's all I'm going to see when I see this turtle.
Have you heard of the conservation of happiness theory?
I haven't, no.
So it's a theory that happiness can neither be created nor destroyed, only altered in form, right?
Yes.
So there's a limited amount of happiness in the world. So in order to feel better about yourself, you either have to take happiness away from someone so that you yourself are happier, or at the very least take it away from them so they are not as happy as they once were, so you feel happier in comparison. That's the
Oh.
way I live my life.
I was going to say that's you in a nutshell.
It is. So that's how I can feel better about everything, by knowing other people feel worse.
Wow. Stellar.
It is. I've shared my secret now with 3,500 people. So I hope everybody appreciates that I'm giving you all the secrets.
I don't think they care, to be honest.
Well, we convince them whether to buy games or not. So this
Exactly. True, because we definitely have that influence. It's not like they're adults themselves. I don't know. I
Exactly.
think that the Snow White movie is going to be such a nightmare for Disney. I think that obviously some tickets will sell because nostalgia. And Snow White's a big name. That's the only reason why they're making it in the first place. But I just don't see the point to make a live action adaptation when it's 95% CGI.
The dwarves are horrific. Like, they look like
Yeah.
it's true, pure nightmare fuel for these dwarves.
What would
And
have
it was-
been better, these dwarves or the 7 homeless Seattle bandits leak that we saw last year?
So here's the thing. Those people are still going to be in it.
Are they?
Yes. That was a big misreport. If you remember
that's
those pictures,
right.
if you remember
That's
those pictures that
right.
leaked, you had like the 7 people, then with that love interest
Yes.
character in the front.
Yeah.
And then you had Snow White randomly over on the other side of the field.
It's like they were filming in the same field, and so they just had them all on set that day.
So that group is going to be a different like faction.
Yeah.
Right? They're called the Bandits or
Right.
something, that were led by that love interest.
Unless they
And- but
actually
also-
wrote that out because of all the reshoots.
They could potentially have written that out. But the thing
Yeah.
is, what's supposed to be behind Snow White there are the dwarves.
Right.
But they're all CGI.
Yeah.
They were always meant to be CGI. They were never meant to be people.
I don't know. I
as
think
soon as
that they were
Disney-
going to do people originally, and then
Well, maybe
Peter
before they started filming,
Dinklage
but with the Peter
freaked
Dinklage
out.
thing,
Yeah.
as soon as they announced that, they were going the magical creature route, which
Mhm.
meant these CGI horrific.
Why did they even call them magical creatures? Why not just call them the dwarfs in the first place?
It's offensive. What
I
do you mean?
guess. I
Obviously.
guess, but
Offensive
they
to
could have
little people.
described it a little bit better than magical creatures.
It doesn't look very magical to me. They all look like
No.
caricatures of people.
Yes.
Like taking a Norman Rockwell painting and have a caricature artist draw it or something, and that's what you end up with.
The casting in
Um,
this movie is so whack. So
You don't like Gal
bad
Gadot?
decisions everywhere. Well, she's beautiful, and I do like Gal, don't get me wrong, but putting her against Snow White and you're supposed to believe that Snow White's better? Excuse me.
Well,
No.
in case you didn't pick up on the
Beauty's
tones
in
from
the eye of the
trailer,
beholder. Stop being sexist. It's okay, I can say it because it's only about one woman.
It's true. But if you listen to what they said in the trailer, they are redefining fairness as not talking about attractiveness, but
Right.
instead about
Her
who's more-
social justice.
who's more equitable. Yes.
Mhm.
So the fairest of them all, because Snow White wants to give the power back to the people.
Yes.
Right, because she
Exactly.
wants to spread the wealth of the kingdom and end this tyrannical rule. She is the fairest of them all.
Rewriting 85% of the movie just to try to make it a modern adaptation with those story changes, and apparently they're not going to have as much of a romance because Snow White doesn't need a man, and then the dwarf situation, even though dwarf was not originally supposed to be an offensive term, instead of saying midget, you said dwarf, and now, of course, that's offensive, so we have to replace those individuals, and we have to make it so that 7 of those people can't have jobs now, so that we can just have CGI magical creatures. Bad decisions all around.
Isn't dwarfism like the name of the disease
Yeah,
or whatever? That's
it
like
is.
it's like a medical term.
It's not supposed to be like an offensive term. But,
Quit
well,
getting offended, little people. Calm the fuck down.
well, it's just Peter Dinklage. Why are
true.
we stereotyped?
With
Okay,
these
so now
dirty
you've
old men who all live together in the same house.
so now you've
and
taken
mine
away
together.
multiple jobs from people and you've replaced them with computer. Congratulations. You're such a lunatic.
It's like the one time that they remake Snow White every 6 years that all these guys are guaranteed to work. and that opportunity gets taken away from you.
That
Thank
sucks.
you, Peter Dinklage. It does. Let's see. Ministry of Wrong Thing for 10. Notice Jaffe has a knack for insult, and that's fine. Insult, and that's fine. It's the most condescending, manipulative BS ever. Complete male feminist vibes from that guy.
Yeah.
Maximus BT for 199. Are you retarded? Thank you. Fetch Quest Gaming for 5. Jaffe's taking L's all over the place. First from Vera, then from Hypnotic.
And then from Asmongold, and then from Sungrand Studios. He's been getting raked across the coals.
It's all to grow his channel, though.
Yeah.
He's got a plan.
Even though he's losing subscribers. It's part of the plan, guys. Surely.
Well, sometimes to go forward, first you have to go backward.
Right. Mm-hmm. Confucius
say. Nader's Brick Channel for 2. Ryan isn't a redhead. He's just a reflect head. Thank you. Elson Barrett. Hey, Vera Dark. I remember Jaffe's debate with Melanie on Side Scrollers. He's the master of speaking for 15 minutes without making a single point.
He is, and he's very good at yelling at people to try to prove his point.
I can respect that. A Serious Man for 2 months. I didn't know I was a ginger. Never heard of the word until I grew up my beard and found out that I was an oppressed minority. Well, you are a minority. I don't know if you're oppressed, A Serious Man. Lance for 5. I'm looking forward to book 5 in the HBO series when Black Snape has a broomstick shoved up his butt by the Marauders as he goons for Lily, but for not.
Brain rot Harry Potter incoming.
Yes. The memes are out of control, obviously, already. Harry Potter and what did Gary say? Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Fresh Prince. You know, you've got a lot of things that could potentially happen, but I know we talked about this. I know the Harry Potter experts, Jeremy and Jay talked about it, but I have to fucking talk about this shit too, because my God, it pissed me off. When they take things I actually give a shit about and care about and know about and do something to it, it pisses me off because I like those things and I care about those things. So when this news came out, 2 days ago, Wednesday night, British actor, thanks for the specification, because I wouldn't have known otherwise,
Exactly.
Papa Essiatu is in talks to play Professor Severus Snape in HBO's Harry Potter TV series. The resemblance is just uncanny between him and obviously Alan Rickman, who portrayed Severus Snape like he was in the books. It's not confirmed. It's not announced by HBO, but this is also not some random scooper. This is the Hollywood Reporter saying this, that Papa Essiatu is supposed to play Severus Snape. And this is all for a TV series, which time and time again, even in this, the description of this series, the series is described as a faithful adaptation of the beloved Harry Potter book series by author and executive producer J.K. Rowling. The series will feature a new cast to lead a new generation of fandom, full of fantastic detail, much-loved characters that Harry Potter fans have loved for over 25 years. Each season will bring Harry Potter and these incredible adventures to new audiences around the world, blah, blah, blah. A faithful adaptation of the book, and this is the first casting that we fucking hear about. Now, Vera, you are a woman, so I assume you like Harry Potter.
I do like Harry Potter, and first of all, it's going to be extremely hard for them to top basically every casting of the movies. That was always my major worry with this TV show, because there are certain actors like Alan Rickman who just are these characters, like Snape. He just is Snape all around, and I can't see anybody else doing as good of a job. So that is tough. And I have never seen anything that this individual's been in. It looks like he does a lot of like plays, and like he did Hamlet, which is cool. Maybe he's a fantastic actor. Maybe he would do a good job in blockbuster movies and TV shows. But he, again, does not fit the description in the books. And when they claim that they are going for a more faithful adaptation and they are going to do their best to do justice by the books and these characters, this is not the person I imagine when we're talking about a character like Snape. And I say this all the time, I think that gender swaps are significantly worse than race swaps, because with gender swaps, you have to change the whole entire backstory of a character. It changes the essence of the character. And if a person who simply has a different skin color in, you know, a movie or TV show can do a really good job, then that's great. In a perfect world, they should be able to play this character. But again, when they are claiming to do a more faithful adaptation, and this is what we get, they do not, that just doesn't, that's not going to sit well with people if they are a Harry Potter fan. And to me, it just seems like a very bizarre choice. You'd also think that they'd want someone really experienced who's been in the industry for a lot of years, and he hasn't really done much of anything. So yeah, sure, maybe he's amazing. But again, if the race is not part of the character story, then maybe he can play this character, but this is not the way that Snape was ever described in any form of media before.
I think that it is important. This is a story about the UK, right?
Yeah.
And much in the same way that we look at a lot of these stories and stuff like that, where they came from is important, where they're derived from is important. This is a story about the UK in the 90s, specifically starting in 1991. The population of the UK in 1991 was 95% white. There were a handful of black people, there were a handful of people of Indian descent and things like that, and about 3% Chinese population. So there you go. Or sorry, a 0.3% Chinese population. So there you go. Cho Chang, you got her in the story. We do know characters that are in the Harry Potter series that are not white, and they're specifically, all of them are specifically described as such. And if this was a random character that you might know their name, but they're not important to the story or whatever, then I'd still be like, why the fuck do you do that? We obviously know the reason why that would happen. It would still bother me, but this is one of the most important and iconic characters of the story, period. Yes. And it's also the one that is described in greater detail than almost anyone else. And yes, I talked about this when it happened. If it ends up being real, because at this point, it's just the reports that are out there.
I feel like they put the reports. I feel like they put the reports out there to judge what the reaction was going to be before they made a final decision.
Yeah, 100%. And I hope that that's the case, and that there's been such a big backlash since that happened. But if this ends up being real, fuck the entire show. Whole point of doing the series so you could adapt it as close to the books as possible. And they even talked about this because guess what? Yesterday, they came out and talked more about the Harry Potter series. They gave a big interview talking about, hey, it's going to be filmed in the same place that we filmed this before, on the same sets, like all these things. We interviewed 32,000 people for the main 3 roles, and we haven't made a decision yet, but we've watched a lot of different tapes. They even said that they're going to go more accurate to the books in terms of the ages of these characters.
But yet we can't have accurate casting. It's so infuriating. If a book describes a character exactly like this book does, or like these books do, they should represent that character as such.
Yeah, and of course, like the reactions to this, right? Snape is white, Dean Thomas, Lee Jordan, Angelina Johnson, Kingsley Shacklebolt, based fucking name, by the way, are black. The books are beloved by millions of people around the entire world. There's no reason to change them, period.
100%.
And the reactions to this are, of course, like, it doesn't matter, bro. It's a fantasy world. It's a fantasy story. It doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. Why do you care? And then of course, the ones that are, they never even actually say that he's white in the books. And I finally had to respond to one of these retards this morning. Philip A., the actor Philip, who is now has 3 likes to his 92 comments. Whew. Congratulations. Can someone point me in the book where it explicitly states the characters are white? People complain about characters' look, or people who are spoiled with white renditions of their favorite characters. These people have just had the luxury of imagining their favorite characters as them without much of an issue. No, I'm not looking because I think Severus Snape looks like me or represents me, but it's the ways characters fucking described. So, yeah, he's called pale like a fucking dozen times in the books. He's described as pallid. He's described as sallow skin. He's described as the color of sour milk. And then literally, quite literally, in his last live appearance, as he's facing Dumbledore, or as he's facing Voldemort in Deathly Hallows, his face is described as marble white.
Yeah.
So yes, he's fucking white. And the vast majority of characters in this story, set in a fucking boarding school in the UK in 1991, they're white. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. A story set in fucking Africa or China or Latin America, people that are there are going to look different, and that's okay. It should be like that. Stop trying to take these English stories and completely bastardize them. That's what they're doing with this.
Like with the Rings of Power and how they added the Black Elves, and they tried to use the excuse that, oh, they're original characters, which is true, and those new characters could be fine if they followed the lore that Tolkien had written, but they didn't. It's not like they felt like genuine Tolkien characters because the writers are so extremely bad at their jobs. And now, with this Harry Potter series, we're going to see most likely a Black Hermione, because that's been a debate for such a long time, because she's described as frizzy, curly, coily hair. So that's been a debate on, oh, are they going to cast a Black actress? But it's the same exact situation as Snape. Her skin color is described several times throughout the books.
It's described as pale multiple times.
Yes.
But then, to me, more importantly, there are times when she gets embarrassed and blushes and turns pink.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, those are specifically things that are out there. There's one line that people like to point to where after a summer vacation, this is, I think, in Prisoner of Azkaban, after a summer vacation, and I think Ron went to Egypt and Hermione went to France, Ron comes back looking very freckly and Hermione very brown, meaning tan.
Yes.
Right? So there are things you can obviously read between the lines. This comes because when they cast the Black Hermione for Cursed Child, which Cursed Child is an awful fucking story, J.K. Rowling was like, well, you know, she could be, I suppose. I never specifically gave this description, so she could be. That's fine. Not she is. She could be when getting cast for a play. But it's the type of shit like that that leads to things like this. Yes. And, you know, Paul Tassi had a take on my...
Oh my God, not Paul. Paul hates me. I do not like Paul. Paul is the last fucking journalist on this planet that I would ever listen to. He's a yapper. He's awful at his job. He's terrible. He's a little bitch. I do not like you, Paul. Paul, stop being a loser. Be better. Anyway, continue.
Paul says, famously writing for Forbes, Harry Potter show about to be hated by the right for race swapping and by the left for J.K. Rowling. It will still debut with 20 million viewers since most people aren't on here. What I have to say about that is, one, the amount of people who are actually angry about J.K. Rowling, like having a view about biology that 99% of the world shares, I don't think it's that big. I don't think it's that great. I don't think there's that many people on the left that don't like that. I think there's a lot more people that if they tune in and they see one of the most iconic characters in history, big fans of this franchise, that has been race swapped, or if one of the golden trio like Hermione or Ron or something gets race swapped, I feel like there's going to be a lot more people that question that. And I do think, even if some of these castings are awful, that the show, when it debuts, will be massive and maybe one of the biggest things we've ever seen.
It will be the biggest show to release whichever year it releases. They're saying 2025, I think, is their target, the end of 2025 or 2026 or 2027. Whenever it does release, it will be the biggest show of the year. There will be nothing to compete against it. At least I do not think so.
But there's some validity about not everyone pays attention as autistically to every single casting announcement as some people online. However, much in the same way that Rings of Power and this bullshit big audience they claim to debut to, it fell off hard. Because it was a disaster, because the people that weren't paying attention to what the executive producers were saying, the people that weren't paying attention to every single casting announcement and the canon breaking shit, when they tuned in, they fucking then suddenly realized what's going on and they tuned out. And that's what you're in danger of if you do this, because even the people that aren't necessarily paying as close attention, fans know what's up if they see something like this. It's absolute bullshit. It makes no sense. And I pray to God that this is not an accurate report, but not looking great. Not looking great right now if some of these rumors behind the scenes for the Harry Potter series are true.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm a millennial, so Harry Potter's like in my blood right there.
I love Harry Potter too, but I am a Gen Z.
Gen Zer.
Yeah, that's me. Don't wear it out.
Disgusting.
I know.
Ryan casually skipping my second super chat. What did you say, Shadow Sand? Did I miss it?
No, you intentionally skipped it, Ryan.
Oh, Shadow saying, well, this is now, I see why you said that. Vera, you're doing really well. Congratulations, Vera. You're doing really well for a woman.
Yeah, I'm glad my gender has carried me this far.
But then he says, just don't mention any boyfriends or husbands like Savvy did.
What's the problem with that? She wants people to know her relationship status. She's allowed to.
Yeah, but the people in the chat don't want to know.
Right.
Right.
Hey,
I
keep my personal life completely off social media. Anything to do with any family members.
That is a good idea. It's also a good idea to just be silent about that shit. That's what I told Savvy when she said that. Because guess what? If you hadn't said that, it's like Schrodinger's relationship. All these people are like, oh, I've got a fucking chance. You know, she might be single. She might not be. I don't fucking know. But as soon as you say you're married, it's like, you fucking open it up. The cat's dead. So it is what it is. Sorry I skipped that, Shadow Sand. I wouldn't have skipped it intentionally.
He did it intentionally.
I wouldn't.
Shadow. He did. I know it. I saw him. He told me telepathically.
I did. I'm like, I'm going to skip this. Don't make a big deal about it. I don't want people to know. Chikara for Swedish $20. Shipping Ryan and Vera 100%. Vying for the lore.
Do you know the lore of our relationship, huh? It goes back 5 years about this little company called Naughty Dog and this guy named Neil Cuckman. Do you really know the lore?
Yeah, some people, it's funny because I got a couple comments when we talked about it on stream on Tuesday or whatever that was. And then when I commented on your David Jaffe video, someone's like, wow, Ryan noticed Vera. That's a big deal. It's like we've been following each other and talking to each other for like 5 years since we both had our channels struck by Neil Cuckman in the Last of Us 2 debacle. Our channels were a lot smaller back then, though.
He's making a new game, and apparently Troy Baker is going to work on it. So,
congratulations to him.
Yeah.
Shane Muniz for 2. Sony Pony here. Get the S tier games 1 year before PC. I like Sony PlayStation actually too. That's usually what I get. As opposed
PC's
to
best. PC Master Race.
Yeah, and if you have a PC, why do you need an Xbox?
Well, because there's exclusive games.
The only Xbox I have is the mini fridge one.
I have the mini fridge too. It's behind my plaque. My plaque is leaning against it.
Wow, so respectful.
It is, I know.
Clayku for 2. How great would a Blade video game be done right?
That'd be awesome.
It'd be cool as long as they don't race swap him. David P. Dementors ignore Ryan because he has no happiness to feed upon. It's true. It's like serious. Like I have no happy memories. Like I know I'm innocent, but it's not exactly a happy memory, so they have no effect on me. Ministry of Wrong Thing. Is Benology Vera's brother? Do you even know who that is?
I do know who it is, but I don't know if there's like some joke there or some lore there that I don't know.
To be honest, the fact you even know who he is kind of sad for you.
But you know who he is, so.
Well, yeah, because I'm a member of Geeks Gamers.
Yeah, but still, you know who he is, so that's sad for you.
It is sad for me. It makes my life worse knowing that. Derek PG Beller, you guys and all the others in your sphere never made me hate anything. This is over on Rumble. Thank you. You only put words to what I was already feeling and showed it wasn't just me. I think that's the way a lot of people probably feel about it.
Yeah.
B Barrett for 2. Congrats, Jeremy, on your transition. There you go. It was a difficult one. It was one of those where they're like, well, we don't actually know if there's enough material here to create an artificial vagina, you know, but they worked with it. Southeastern Kaiju for $1. Since y'all giving out free advice, should I invest in the Hawk Tua coin? I'll do whatever you say. Thanks.
If you invested in that, you deserved to lose your money.
That's the way I feel about it.
Yeah.
Like, if at this point, any of these shit coins or meme coins that backers or that creators are backing, if you invest in that, I have no sympathy for you. I don't want these people punished. I want more people to get ripped off because clearly you haven't learned yet. Like, you haven't learned your lesson.
I saw a post from somebody, and I don't remember their name off the top of my head, but they were talking about it, and they're like, I took a loan on my house. I put all of my savings into this.
Had to be a joke, though.
And I got my parents to invest in it. I saw the generational wealth stacking up in front of my eyes. And then 5 minutes later, I lost it all. There's got to be some real stories that are like that, even if the rest are fake.
Not like fucking I mortgaged my entire house for
Yeah.
a coin. I don't fucking believe
Why
it.
did she ever get that influence? Why did the internet collectively think this is so funny? We need to make her popular.
Drunk white girl talking about sucking cock.
But that's not
Listen.
unique anymore. This is the internet.
I know that's why I say, listen, there's some people that are out there that are they have platforms and people listen to them for some reason, and I
Yeah.
don't feel like it's deserved. So
Industry plant, I guess.
yeah, hope she gets used to spitting on that thing in prison. Southeastern Kaiju with the Snow White CG artists, at least little people. I mean, it's a small gesture, but at least
Dwarf
a small
situation with Snow White so infuriating because I used to love Snow White. The animated so amazing, and then they decide to cast Rachel freaking Zegler, one of the just genuinely most terrible people within Hollywood, somebody who doesn't have any respect for anybody besides herself. It's so bad. And then of course the dwarves, and oh my god, dwarves were mythological creatures in like Norse mythology. And then you have now them saying, oh no, we can't cast these certain actors because we don't want to offend anyone. It's offensive to them that you are not acknowledging their existence when they could do a better job than a CGI caricature of somebody.
Yeah, there's a lot of girls who like Snow White.
Yeah, Snow White's cool. The Disney Renaissance films are cool, but yikes, this is not going to be cool.
Vault 95 Survivor, 7 dwarf jobs were replaced by a computer. AI wins again. Iconalis for 2. Might as well call it Snow White and the 7 height challenge individuals, though I'd be fine with calling it Snow Stained and the 7 shrimp. It's McDoubles for $20. I fucking hate your name because I hate McDoubles. Double cheeseburgers for the win.
Why do you hate McDoubles?
They have one less piece of cheese in them than the double cheeseburger.
True. Yeah, that does suck.
I blew your fucking mind.
That does suck. I didn't think about that off the top of my head, but yeah, that does.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Fast food and Harry Potter. For $20, it's just fictional characters. Let's race swap Blade, Miles Morales, Luke Cage, Static Shock, and Black Panther. Let's see the response. Exactly.
Yeah, and the thing is that we would never say, in all seriousness, to race swap those characters because that would be terrible. That's part of who they are. That's the way they've always looked. We would never sit here and say genuinely race swap them. But these people think that it's okay to race swap other characters because they're white. Oh, it's okay to race swap them because they're basically a blank slate to do whatever we want with them. So dumb. These people are lunatics.
Yeah. I mean, I think that Cillian Murphy's such a fantastic actor. Let's do a biopic of Martin Luther King Jr.
Right.
Man,
who would ever say that in their right mind?
He was the best person for the job. He's such an incredible actor. Isn't that what you care about? No, he ain't black, so I don't want him playing that character. Like, it's so easy.
Mm-hmm.
But it fucking pissed me off because I want the show to be good. I want the show to be great so badly. Of
course.
We'll talk more about this in the locals hour. We're gonna catch up on these super chats. Snacks, you think HBO will pull a white chicks with Snape? No, I don't. Probably. Vera, Savvy, and Kirsha collab gonna make me goon hard for real, says Great Con. Thanks. James OP for 5. In my best Arnold Schwarzenegger voice, he's not the boomer. Beardo licks windows. I'm about 7 hours Indiana Jones. Can't lie. I'm having a blast. First person's way better than I thought.
Yeah, that's
There
why
you
I
go.
said I'm going to play it. Maybe it'll be fantastic. I hope I enjoy it, but the first person's a real turnoff.
Taryn the Black. Salute to Vera Dark, a.k.a. the Black Man's Kryptonite.
Thanks.
Is that how you're known?
I guess apparently now.
Does that mean because you like make them really weak?
I don't know. Don't ask me. We're going to need more context, please.
Yeah, we need more black men to speak up. We need to hear more black voices on this issue. Shadow saying, since Jeremy hates this and since he's not here, Az and Maul are playing right now. Yeah, I do believe Az and Maul are doing playthroughs as we speak. Gene the Machine for 5. The reason why Indiana Jones game went with first-person gameplay, because they want to minimize the white-presenting character's appearance. I feel like there's a shit ton of cutscenes and stuff out there.
There are.
So I don't think that that's necessarily the reason for this one. Burb shit. Is it gay to kiss your dad on the lips? At a certain age, yeah. The Prime Lime for 2. Let Turtle love you, Ryan. Turtle can go fuck itself, bro. Hopefully it's turned into soup. Is that other Snow White movie still coming out? Yeah, as far as I know, the Daily Wire one's coming out at a similar time frame.
We haven't heard anything else on it, so hopefully it still comes out.
Ministry of Wrong Thing for 5. How's conservation of happiness true when I regularly laugh like an idiot by myself from my own jokes? People haven't taken yours away yet, but you're the one that told it, so you weren't actually making yourself happy. Some people just laugh more than others. Now, laughing by yourself alone is fucking weird, I think.
But technically, if you're on a stream and you're sitting in a room alone, aren't you just laughing to yourself?
Yes, but there's some, like, there's other people you're interacting with.
Yeah, but it's
Like,
you're still
for me-
in a room alone, talking
you
to
are
an
alone,
electronic.
Sarah, when you are alone on your couch, in this vacuum that you exist in with no personal life that you ever share on the internet.
Yeah.
So
I'm
you're
thinking
obviously
about
going to
it.
be alone.
Yeah.
And you're watching like a funny TV show.
Rings of
you-
Power because it's
do
so
you-
bad.
Do
Yep.
you LOL? Do you laugh out loud?
Yeah.
I don't. And I don't know if it's because I'm like a fucking psychopath or
It's because
something.
you're depressed.
Well, the thing is, it's not that I don't think it's funny. It's just
You just
I feel
hate
like
life.
laughing is something you do in performance for others, right? It's like I don't know. I don't laugh when I'm alone. I only laugh when there's people to witness me laughing.
So it's just performative laughing.
It is performative, so that you know that I think it's funny.
Wow. Okay.
Is that
Interesting.
weird?
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Serial killer tendencies.
American Psycho over here.
Hey, maybe. Let's see. I said that. Elite Neo. Ryan hates the turtle so much. I'll bet the turtle scene from Master Disguise gave him a coronary. That was a fucking terrible movie. And yes, the turtle thing is gay and dumb.
You just hate turtles.
I don't hate turtles.
Are you
I think
sure?
Turtles are awesome.
Because from what
Turtles
I've
and
learned
a half
today,
shell, turtle power.
Okay, all right.
Japanese Demon Lord of Beer Lucifer for 5. Apparently, Ubisoft stock trade has been halted because of a buyout from Tencent, who didn't see this coming. Is that true?
I believe that there had been reports that Tencent was like being considered, but I do not know anything about the stocks.
Halted.
Because I've talked about this on my channel a couple of times. It is believed that the Guillemot family and Tencent, yes, were looking to take it private. And
Yeah,
there's been buyout talks for a couple of months at this point. It's believed that basically the past few games that Ubisoft's created that have come out that have been terrible, it was all internal sabotage.
Yeah, it looks like Reuters just reported Ubisoft owners continue discussion with Tencent and other investors regarding the buyout.
Yeah,
In
Ubisoft
response to-
shareholders in talks over possible buyout terms.
Yeah. When the latest update first broke, stock trading for the company was temporarily suspended. However, upon resuming, share prices jumped 13%. So they were suspended, then they're back.
Yeah.
Rudy for 5. Disney is changing dwarves to creatures. Does this mean Disney sees dwarves as creatures instead of people? They do, because remember, like in the trailer, don't they say, "What'd you think I was?" It's like a human, or it's a human or something. So it was like weird for them to see a human, which means that would imply that they're not. They're just freaks. Shadow saying Harry Potter and the Half-Crip Prince. Yes. Ryan's pet turtle. Fuck. Happy turtles, Ryan. See? I ruined it for all of you now. Yeah. Stay-at-home hippo. Hypothetically, if I was asked who is the fairest of geeks and gamers, why would the mirror say Ryan? Because he has fairness, hatred of everyone? You look great, Vera. What's worse race swap? Black Snape or Black Aragorn?
Black Aragorn. I have more love for Lord of the Rings and Tolkien than Harry Potter, if we have to be honest. I mean, I love Harry Potter, don't get me wrong, but
the thing would be, if this does come out and it's a TV series, that would be worse, because the one is just a fucking trading card. Like, you could toss that away.
True, but I'm going off of just the general concepts, not what's already happened.
Much more legendary in his like a storied character.
Yeah.
Fetch Quest Gaming, the House of Slytherin denounces possible casting. Some mention of Mudbloods. Elite Neo for 5. Harry Potter and the American Society of Magical Negos crossover, not on my bingo card. Eddie Brock for 5. Hey guys, please spare a thought for my dog Buster, who sadly passed away yesterday. He was our family dog for 13 years. Rest in peace, Buster.
I'm sorry to hear that.
13 years is a long year for a dog. He had a nice long life. R.I.P. Buster. Logan Johnson. Hail, Ryan. Hello, Vera. Great seeing you guys. Hope you have a great day. Keep up the good work and go non-binary. Thanks, Logan. What a positive message. Ryan, did you hear Jeremy was having audio issues last night? Turns out he deep-throated his mic. Again, that boy ain't right. He's not. Next, you think HBO will pull? I said that one. Marissa Tomei as McGonagall? No. maybe for a series fucking set a while ago. Like before a Marauder. It would have to be like before a Marauders series to have Marissa Tomei play McGonagall. Maximus for 99 cents. Thank you. The Real Smile Bit with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you very much. Rabid One. I'm sorry, Ryan. It must be horrible to stream with a chick. JK. Yeah. Glad to see you, Vera. Jeremy's a fig. Acrobatic Chronicles has a DEI main. L199. Thank you, Rabid One. Everyone likes seeing Vera, even if they don't like spelling her name right.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. You don't need to respect her. Ministry of Wrong Thing for 5. Who would have guessed the girl got famous for a sex joke would end up as a pump and dump? Good point. D-Mac. If I knew Vera was on instead of the eyebrowless hillbilly, I would have turned in sooner.
Well, you're here now, and that's what counts.
That's right, D-Mac. Lord of the Ree. Hot coin, 2 of the moon.
So stupid. I can't believe anybody would put their money into that.
That's why I don't feel bad for anybody that did.
Yeah.
I really don't.
What a joke.
Shadow's saying, will they race swap Tarzan or Quasimodo?
No, those 2 characters are fine. They can stay the way they are.
Like Tarzan, I'd get a lot of shit for race swapping Tarzan. Quasimodo, I don't know. I fucking hate Quasimodo anyway. I think he's such a fucking loser.
You don't like the Hunchback of Notre Dame?
Not particularly.
We can't be friends anymore. Ryan, I thought everything was going so well. And then you say that? What do you mean, not particularly?
Quasimodo's a loser. He never would have got that chick.
No, but that's not the point of the story.
I just didn't like him. I was like, why am I supposed to feel bad for this fucking freak? Got a hump. His face looks like shit.
All right, you might be able to redeem yourself. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is Mulan rated?
It's been a while since I watched it. It's definitely up there. I would probably say 8-ish, maybe higher.
Okay. All right. You know what? We can still be friends. But it should have been an instant 9. Just saying.
It's tough because I really do love Mulan, not as much as I love Aladdin. Aladdin's probably my favorite Disney
You were doing
movie.
drunk karaoke once, and I requested you sing Make a Man out of you, and you never did, so I'm holding that over your head.
I was doing drunk karaoke on a stream?
Yeah. And you read it. You read my message, and then you didn't sing it. You were like, yeah, in a minute. That minute never happened. You still owe me.
Be a man.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I remember that song. Let's get down to
This one.
business
Yes.
to defeat the Huns.
I'm sorry, chat.
That one?
Yeah, on that one.
I owe it
That's
to
a
you.
great
I owe it to
song. You do.
Taker for 2. David Jaffe, more like David Gaffey. Lols. Smegheads, Ryan likes turtles. He was interviewed as a kid and once said, I like turtles. Wasn't me. Pre-Dawn Corpse, skipping my super. Ryan, I didn't skip it. I was just behind. Michael Spina for 2. Morgan Freeman is Dumbledore. No, thank you. Film Phoenix for 5. Vera, do you see Sungrand Studios' takedown of Jaffe?
I did. It was badass.
Let me make sure I didn't miss one from you, Pre-Dawn Corpse. I did the thing about audio issues. Maybe that's the one you thought I missed. Yeah, I think I got them. I think I got them. We're all caught up on Rumble. We're all caught up on YouTube. Okay, we are going to continue the conversation over on Locals because we have an extra hour on Locals. Vera's invited to join. I don't think she's going to leave anytime soon. So
no,
I think she'll be there, yeah?
I'm here for the party.
She's here for the party. She's here for the long haul. So for you guys, I'm sure the mods are putting it in chat. You can go over there to Locals. We're going to end the stream on Rumble. We're going to end the stream on YouTube. And we'll continue the party over on Locals. Sergio Garcia for 2. Leave it to a woman to make Ryan be late. Well, usually it's easy to power through the super chats because sometimes my hosts don't have much to add to the conversation.
Yeah, I never have anything to talk about with Ryan. Exactly. He's such a lame-o.
Exactly. R. Frost is a 30-year vet game dev. I wish I could talk about the craziness in the industry, but I love my job, so I'll keep my trap shut for now.
Hey, send me a message on X or
Reach out
Discord.
Anonymously.
Yes, surely. No one needs to know who you are. They just need to know the information, right?
That's right. An anonymous dev who would not be identified says this about Ubisoft or whatever the fuck. So, all right, guys, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. We're going to say goodbye over on YouTube. Bye, everyone on YouTube. Peace out. Have a good day. We'll see you on Locals and the stream. And we'll say goodbye to the people